Hi guys, today I'm gonna be doing this water gel experiment right here. It's called water gel experiment. I'm really excited to do this. Yeah, it's by the Eggcellent brand, not Excellent, Eggcellent. I got this at Ollie's the other day. If you guys saw my Ollie's, Daisy, watch out, my Ollie's haul, you guys would have seen that I got this, and I said that I might do it on video, and here I am doing it on video. They sell these as a 6-pack on Amazon if you want to get these. It's in a 6-pack, and it's like different experiments that are in these type of eggs. So yeah, it's a 6-pack on Amazon you can get. It's by this Eggcellent brand, and it's like gravity goo, instant snow, water gel, Orbeez, and then some other little things. So there's 6 eggs in like a pack, and it's like experiments. It's a 6-egg pack of experiments on Amazon by this Eggcellent brand. I got this water gel experiment, and I said that I might be doing it on video when I did my Ollie's haul. Well, here I am. I'm really excited to do this. It's by the Science to the Max brand, which they make a lot of science kits. If you are interested in some science kits, they make tons of different science kits on Amazon by this brand. Daisy is down here because she thinks it's food. I'm really excited to try this. This was only 79 cents. If you guys watch my Ollie's haul / Tractor Supply haul, you guys would have seen that I got this. This was only 79 cents, and I'm doing it on video. So I did kind of unwrap it earlier today before I even made my video, but I imagine that this is going to kind of be like not instant snow, but like maybe instant snow. But it says instantly turns the liquid into a solid. They had a whole box of these at Ollie's. If they had other types at Ollie's, I would have got them in that box, but the only type that was available in the box was water gel. They had like tons of eggs in this box. It was like a brown box that said water gel. So I've seen these on Amazon. I've always wanted to try them. 79 cents at Ollie's. I'm not sure how long they're going to be there. If you do want to get this, I recommend you go to Ollie's. Ollie's has like a whole Christmas section out right now. Since it's almost Christmas. So yes, let's do this. I imagine this is going to be like instant snow. It says instantly turns a liquid into a solid. So I guess in each of these eggs you get a powder with a instruction thingy on how to do it. I am going to need a bowl, or a plate. Actually, we have plates. Yes, we do have plates. There we go. Perfect. There we go. We use paper plates for legit almost everything now, guys. Don't you, Mom?
Yes. I'm okay with it. It's not like a white thing, so it's easy and fast right now.
And because so that we don't have to keep washing dishes. Because that's Mom's favorite chore, isn't it?
Oh, love it.
So, yeah. If you do want to get paper plates, I don't know why you would, but they have them at Ollie's or Homeland. Hit me up. So, yeah. Yeah, I did kind of start to peel it earlier before I shot this, before I started to shoot this video, just to kind of see if it would be easy to open, and it is. So yes, I'm not gonna put a lot of water on this because it is styrofoam, and styrofoam, like if you put too much water, these things, I'm not trying to break it, but these things can evaporate into, or not evaporate, they can soak up water, and then the styrofoam can get soggy and then crack. So I'm not going to put a lot of water, and I did not want to use a bowl because I wanted to actually see. I actually wanted you guys to see what it would do. So I'm just using a plate. You guys are actually propped up on the can opener / spice little bin in the kitchen, so hopefully that's okay. And it's not really the best propped up area, so yeah. But I did want to be able to let you guys see what I was doing. So, plate, and it says instantly turns the liquid into a solid. So I did not want to grab a bowl because the bowl would kind of be contained and you guys wouldn't really be able to see what I was doing. So with the plate option, you guys can kind of see what I'm doing down here. Instantly turns the liquid into a solid. So this is supposed to be powder, I think. It says water gel. And you're supposed to add water. Come on. Oh, wow. That came off, and then you just slide that off. So it says a solid turn. It's supposed to be a solid, and then it turns into a liquid, which I'm really excited for. You add water to this. So let's open it up. It comes in a yellow egg. These would be perfect for Easter baskets or stocking stuffers. I imagine this is kind of going to be like a instant snow. And what's cool about the eggs is that you can actually use them if you want to and keep them for like Easter eggs, if you for like Easter egg hunts or whatever, or for stockings if you want to put this in the stocking. This would be the perfect shape to put in a stocking. And what's cool about it is that it's an egg with a science experiment in it. But yeah, it comes with a powder. Okay, this powder that says water gel. There was just a brown box at Ollie's on the Christmas toy shelf.
And it was cheap.
Yeah, for like 79 cents. That said, it said water gel. If there was more of these eggs in there, I would have bought them, but it was just a box full of these water gel eggs. Anyway, this will be a perfect stocking stuffer if you want to put this in a stocking because it's the perfect size to put in a stocking or to use for Easter basket. But mind you, these eggs roll. Anyway, so we get this little water gel powder. It's white. So I imagine if you can see that right here, it kind of looks like it's like kind of like instant snowish, because if you know what instant snow is, it's a powder, and then when you add water, it's cold and it's like snow. So we get a bag of this powder, which we're gonna pour on the plate. Again, if I was doing this in a bowl, you guys would not really be able to see what I was doing. So this is just some powder, and we're gonna pour this onto the plate. And you guys will be able to see what I'm doing. And then each egg comes with a little instructions. So these are our instructions that tells us how to do it. So I'm just gonna kind of read this real quick. So it says, you got it. So see, every egg comes with this. This is for a water gel experiment. So I think there's multiple experiments you can do with this. Yeah, okay. So there's actually two experiments. Let me grab another paper plate, because I guess there's more than just one experiment you can do with this powder. That's probably why they give you this bag of powder. I thought it would be smaller, but it's actually bigger. I expect this to be like instant snow, where you add water to it, but it's like white powder. But yeah, it says there's experiment 1 and experiment 2, so there's more than just one experiment. So I'll be doing a part 2 to this video. So it says you will need 2 clear plastic cups, 1 styrofoam cup, measuring spoon, water, salt, and pencil / dinner plate. Well, let's do this as I go, because it says I need extra stuff, and I was not prepared. So it's just kind of right here. It's going to tell us about what water gel is. It's a super absorbent polymer, the type that is used to absorb liquid in baby diapers. The polymer absorbs water by means of osmosis, which is the movement of water molecules through a semi-permanent membrane. In other words, the polymer only lets microbes of water pass through its membrane-like structure. Now you're about to discover how superabsorbent polymers are the thirstiest thing you can find. use of this product should be supervised by an adult. Blah blah blah. Yeah. Copyright 2020. So there's 2 experiments, number 1 and number 2. It says I'm gonna need styrofoam cups, which is styrofoam cup, plastic cups, a measuring spoon, some water, some salt, and a pencil. So and a dinner plate. So well, I have my measuring spoons handy. I did not know that I would need extra stuff. Good thing it's stuff that I already have at home. I'm pretty sure the salt is optional. I'm pretty sure you don't have to have the salt. I have some measuring spoons here. Are you hearing this, Mama? So we already read what Wargel's about. So this is kind of like an educational experiment too. Okay, so there is two experiments. Number 1 is experiment river runs dry, and number 2 is experiment no leaking. So we're gonna do number 1 experiment first. Gather in an audience of 1 or more people. 1, me. It's fill a teaspoon with water gel powder. Then pour the powder into a clear plastic cup. For cup, we're gonna do plates. So teaspoon. 1 tablespoon, 1/4 teaspoon, 1 teaspoon. So we're gonna pour our water gel powder into here, into these right here. So we're gonna look for our 1 teaspoon. Mama, is TSP teaspoon? So we're gonna look for our 1 teaspoon, and we're gonna pour the powder into that. It says to use plastic cups for experiment number 1, but I have paper plates, which we're gonna have to deal with here because this is the only type of method this is the only type of method that you guys will be able to actually see. If I put it in a cup or a bowl, you guys won't really be able to see it. So yeah, I'm not gonna put a lot of water because styrofoam can get too much water, and then it can crack and absorb and blah blah. So I'm not gonna put too much water. So it says fill a teaspoon with water gel powder. Then pour the powder into a clear plastic cup. Other words, in my case, a bowl. I mean a plate. So that's experiment number 1. The experiment 1, river runs dry. So we're gonna grab our teaspoon, and we're gonna grab our little water gel. There we go. Okay. Mama, can you help me? Please, hurry. No.
Oh yeah, you leave it open? Let me just cut it open?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hey, no worries. Sometimes I'll be doing something and I'm like in a really big hurry and I'm like, crap, why didn't I think of doing that? Okay. Adult proof. Yay! Oh, it finally tore off easy. Yeah, we put.
Yeah.
See how there's like a little thing right here that kind of holds it? That's what I use when I put it in like dry ingredients and stuff.
So we have our powder, and we're gonna pour 1 teaspoon of this onto the plate or the bowl. No, plate.
Let me guess. You guys need to eat for the 45th time. I knew it. I would just hate to have you starve to death.
So this is 1.
How's it coming along so far?
We're gonna pour that on there. So we have that. So now we have our 1 tablespoon, especially because this might not this instant gel stuff, it might not really evaporate that big. So if it does not, I want you guys to be able to still see it and not be in a cup or something where you guys can't see it. So the next thing it says to do, and remember, we're doing experiment 1 first. Fill an clear plastic cup with about 4 ounces of room temperature water. Hold the 2 cups up for your audience to test it. Quickly pour all the water into the cup. Okay, the water gel powder. Then watch what happens. The water is gone. Remove the gel to show your amazing audience. So it says 4 ounces. It says we're supposed to be doing this in a cup, which, you know what? I'm going to transfer it into a cup real quick because it says fill an clear plastic cup with about 4 ounces of room temperature water. And then hold it up to 2 cups for your audience to see. Quickly pour all the water into the cup containing the water gel powder. So 4 ounces of water. So I'm going to grab another cup, another glass cup. So I'm grabbing a cup instead because I want you guys to actually be able to see this. I'm going to pour the powder that's on this plate into here. And then it says to grab 4 ounces. So I'm just going to use I'm going to use I'm going to use this 1 teaspoon and do four 1 teaspoons. It says to grab another cup, but I'm not gonna. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 ounces. That's so cool. I put 4 teaspoons of water into this cup because this cup has the water gel in it, and then I used 4 of these 1 teaspoons, 1 teaspoons. So I'm going to grab my plate back. I could have done this on my plate. Now that I'm thinking about it, I didn't need a cup. Oh wow, it's stuck. It's legit stuck on there. So I'm gonna grab my measuring tool, and I'm just gonna kind of scrape it. Wait, what? Okay. Whew. It's not coming out of the cup. So I could have actually done that on the plate. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. So it's like instant snow, but it's not. I put 4 cups, or not 4 cups, 4 1 teaspoons into that cup, which I could have just put 4 teaspoons onto this plate. But look at how cool this is. It's like powder. Here, let me actually flip you guys around real quick. It feels like instant snow. But if you know the polymer in diapers, this is kind of what it feels like, and that's what they are describing it as. feels really cool. And it does make a lot too. There you go. But like, it only leaves like residue on your fingers. This is really cool. See, it's the list even just describes it as super absorbent polymer, the stuff that is used to absorb liquid in baby diapers. So it's basically it's basically the polymer that is used to absorb the liquid in baby diapers. This is really cool. It's like, it's not cold, but it's like it feels really, it's polymer, that is for sure. There's residue still left on your hands from the powder. But that is really cool. So that is our first experiment. I could have just kept the snow on, or the gel on this plate without having to transfer it to a cup. It was not going to come out of that cup, so I had to use the measuring spoon to get out of the cup. But yeah, that's really cool. So that is our first experiment. Excuse me. Let's move on to our next experiment. This is number 2. So here's number 2 experiment. I think you can either pick if you want to do number 1 or 2. I'm doing both. This is the number 2 no leaking experiment. Fill a teaspoon with water gel powder and secretly pour it into a styrofoam cup. Which, I'm not going to do that. It says teaspoon, right? Yep. Teaspoon with water gel. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to pour it onto my other plate. So I'm going to grab my 1 teaspoon that I used for my first experiment, and I'm going to pour about another. See, they actually give you a lot of water gel powder. So I'm going to pour this onto the plate. So I used 1 teaspoon of the gel. So this time I'm not going to put it in the cup just so that you guys can see what it looks like. So here's the powder. It's like a white powder. It just feels like it feels sandy almost is what I can describe it as. It is like sand before you add the water. It feels like sand before you add the water. So here's what it looks like. And then it says we're gonna invite a friend or family member to hold the cup. Have them hold it away from their body at shoulder height. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just doing it for YouTube fun and to show you guys what happens. Fill the cup with 4 ounces of water. Of water. A couple of ounces of water. Be careful not let the person holding the cup see inside. Now ask the person to raise the cup and hold it above their head. Take your pencil and slowly push it all the way through the cup. Say, I better not remove the water pen. Say, I better not remove the pencil or you're going to get wet. Remove the pencil. What happened is everything worked accordingly to plan. No one got wet. So, I'm going to do this my own fun way. I'm going to grab a pen real quick. I'm going to grab a pen and do this my own way. So, I'm not going to follow this guide for number 2. Instead, I'm going to show you guys what happened when I did number 1 experiment and how it got to this feel so fast. Because one moment before I add the water, it's sandy form like it is right now, and then it's like I had one thing of water, another thing of water, another thing of water, another thing of water, and then it turns into like this really cool like gel. So this time I'm not gonna do it how they advertise. I'm gonna do it my own way. Daisy May, hey, no ma'am. I'm gonna do it my own way. This time I'm gonna show you guys how it turns from sand, this like white polymer sand, to this stuff. Again, you can use warm water, I'm pretty sure. I just used cold and it turned out amazingly. It kind of feels like instant snow. If you know what I am talking about. So, yeah. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use my 1 teaspoon that I used for experiment number 1, and I'm going to grab. I'm gonna put 1 teaspoon and then put it into the water gel. Another teaspoon, put it into the water gel. Another teaspoon, put it into the water gel. Another teaspoon, put it into the water gel. I'm gonna do 4 teaspoons with the 1 teaspoon 5 ml because it's really amazing. And then we're gonna see what it looks like. And after each round of the water, I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like until the final. I know. No, look, Mama. That. She was in the trash can. So, got that. So I'm gonna do 4 teaspoons, 4 1 ml teaspoons of water. You can use warm. I'm using cold, or not cold. Mediocre. I'm not using cold, but I'm not using hot. I'm using mediocre. So I have water in here. I'm gonna pour it on the powder, and I'll show you guys as I do it. So there's number 1. It's kind of forming. Number 1, and it's okay if you drop some water. That's 2. That's 3. And here's 4. Are you guys seeing that? This part turned like clear. This part turned clear where I put the water. This part turned clear. But then that part that I did not put but then this part where I did not put the water, it's still powdery. So that is really cool. The part where I did not put the water is still white, but the part where I did put the water is like this clear thing, just like this is. So I'm gonna. So cool. This one's definitely more wet. It's definitely more colder. And then I'm gonna put. Oh wow! This white part.
Get these for the dogs. Yeah.
It kind of got wet.
That's okay, honey. If you need like spoons or forks.
No, that is good.
Oh, okay.
I want it to get wet. I'm gonna take my 1 teaspoon again and add 1 more layer to the white part because that is kind of drying up, but it's not drying up, so I just want to add 1 more little thing of water to it. Again, you can do a cup and add water that way, or you can do a teaspoon like I'm using. Now, that's so cool. So, it is definitely working now. There's one more product in number 2 than there is in number 1 because I couldn't get all the product out of number 1. There's still some in the cup. But there's a lot of product for number 2. So yeah, really cool. It's like you can mold things out of it. It's a solid and then a liquid. So I mean they classify this on the packaging as a instantly turns from a solid to a liquid, and I would say more from a powder to a solid. Yeah, really cool. It's like, it is polymer. It feels really neat and cool in your hands. Feels like kind of similar to instant snow, if you know what I am talking about. But yeah, so there's number 2 experiment right there. There's number 1 experiment right there. Anyway, so yeah, now it says the very bottom right here. It says, but bonus meltdown, and then we have another bonus, double bonus, all dried up. So we're gonna do those 2 that it says down there as well. So it says, place some of the gel you made in the first experiment into a cup and add a pinch of salt. Okay. So the first experiment that we did, we're gonna put it into a cup, and then we're gonna add a pinch of salt. In a few seconds, the gel will turn back into a liquid. The salt destroys its water-absorbing properties. So we're gonna pour this back into this cup. We're gonna add a pinch of salt, and then this polymer, the salt absorbs the. It destroys the water absorbing properties. So the water absorbing properties that are in this gel stuff, once we add the pinch of salt, it will turn instantly back into a liquid. So we're gonna put this back into the cup, and then we're going to add a pinch of salt. So we have this salt that we got from Ross. This is pink Himalayan salt. You can use any salt, and they did not specify what type of salt. So I'm just imagining any salt. So I'm using this salt, Himalayan salt, natural fine pink Himalayan salt, 26.5 ounces, and they did not specify what type of salt. So I'm just using pink Himalayan salt. You can use any type of salt. It says pinch, so I'm due. Wait, is it even? Well, that was a little bit more than a pinch. Let me pour that back onto my plate. Okay, it said salt. Well, I used two different types of salt, and it's still. Ooh, it feels colder now. It was like warmer, and now it's like colder. Hey! She's being mean to eggs. She's being mean to eggs. Yeah. But yeah, it seems more colder now. Just like this one. This one seems more colder. It was not colder before I added the salt, so maybe the salt did that. But it says the salt is supposed to turn it back into a powder because it absorbs the water gel properties. Well, I used Himalayan salt, and I used that salt. So I don't know if it's my salt, the type of salt that I am using, and you have to use regular salt, or what. I'm not going to use pepper because, yeah. But I will say that one is a myth. I used pink Himalayan salt, and it's still in its form. So saying that it place some gel in, place it in the cup, put a pinch of salt in it. The salt properties destroy its water properties, and it will turn back into a powder. That's not happened to me. I use salt, pink Himalayan salt. Salt is salt. So I don't know why that one did not change back. I classify that as a myth because it did not change back. I used salt, both salt, and that's my result. Seriously. Anyway, bonus. Now we can do the double bonus. Now it says all dried up. Place some of the gel from the second experiment, which is this one, which we have more product from the second experiment. We have more product from the second experiment because of I did it on the plate and I did this one in the cup, and I was not able to get all of it in the cup. That's why we have more gel of the second experiment than we do of the first experiment. Anyway, place some of the gel from the second experiment on a piece of wax paper or clean dinner plate and leave it out there, out in the open. What happened? Now add a little water to the dehydrated gel and see what happens. So it says wax paper or a clean dinner plate. So this is the clear dinner plate or a dinner plate. It said wax paper, but I'm not going to go through the hassle of putting wax paper down. So this should dry up, or this should dry up. They're both going to be left out of the open. I will update if they do dry out. Maybe this could be a myth again, just because the salt one was a myth. But I will update in another video if it does dry out, because these will both be exposed to the air for a few hours. But we do get more of this water gel, so in case we want to make more, we can. Yeah, what I'm going to do real quick is I'm just going to actually use the rest of this on plate 1 and plate 2, because I don't plan doing this experiment anymore. If you guys are planning about doing this experiment anymore, you guys can keep the remainder of the powder that's in here. I'm not. But yeah, I will check back in a few hours after I cut off this video, if it dried out or not. It's supposed to dry, quote in quotations, dry out, when it's left out in the open, and then it says leave it out in the open to dry out, and then it says what happens, and then you could add a little bit of the water to the dehydrated gel and watch what happens. It probably goes back into its form like this after it dries out. So we will have to see. I will update you guys in a few hours, but I'm going to pour the rest of this onto here and onto here, because I plan about doing this experiment again, and the only time I plan on doing it is when it dries out. If it dries out, and then I'll add water or whatever, and I'll do that on video in a few hours. Anyway, let's add the rest to plate 2 and plate 2 and plate 1. Just sprinkling some, and then I'm gonna sprinkle some more. You get a lot of this water gel stuff. Surprise on how much you actually get. So, yeah, I'm gonna use I'm not going to take my 1 tablespoon, because if I was to take my 1 teaspoon, it would just take forever to fill up both of these plates. So it would be I'm gonna do 2 big spoonfuls of this 1 tablespoon, and then I'll kind of talk about it, and then I will come back with an update in a few hours. So for each plate, I'm gonna do 2 tablespoons. There's 1. There's 2. There's 1. Oh no. There's 1. And there's 2. So, okay, wow. Really cool. So there's a lot more product on this one because I put a lot of it on. And then this one, there's still a lot of stuff that is untouched, so I'm gonna add a little bit more water. Only this time I'm gonna use a cup because the measuring cups take longer to actually add water. So I'm gonna pour some water. Ooh, that's so cool. See, as soon as I add the water, I used a cup of water on this one. I'm not gonna use a cup of water on this one because it will. But yeah, as soon as I add the water, it turned like that. And no, this styrofoam is not breaking one bit. It feels so cool. It feels like a legit baby diaper. So cool. It's really cold. But yeah, really cool. It's actually it's really squishy too. So I used a full cup on this one. And that's another thing. I used a full cup on this one because the tablespoons and the measuring cups were taking way longer than it needed to fill for all the polymer to be absorbed. So yeah. So I just used a full cup on number 2, and then I'm gonna do that to also number 1 as well. Only I'm not gonna use a full cup, so that yeah. I don't think there's as much powder on number 2 as there will be on number 1 as there will be on number 2. But we can always try. I'm doing half cup, kind of half cup like that. Pour it on. And I mean instantly, as soon as I pour the water on, it's not liquidy anymore. I mean, it is liquidy. It's not watery, is what I mean. Like, it's not breaking the styrofoam, is what I mean. It's legit. Like, this feels like instant snow, and I'm not joking. When you add the water from instant snow, really cool. Really cool. It's cold. You can like, it is messy, but see, it's like you can like form it into things and it stays that shape. So yeah, exact same stuff that you find in diapers, and it's really cool. So I'll be back in a few hours to update you if this dries out or if it's a myth like the salt one was. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. So now you guys know if you guys should get this water gel egg experiment, and I definitely think it is worth it. I'll be back in a few hours to tell you guys the update of what happened. But yeah. If you are ever looking at this and you're wondering, should I buy it, should I not, highly recommend you get it. It's fun, and it will definitely keep you busy. Peace. And I still have gel left.